I feel like it is really important that you take ownership of your business. There are going to be all kinds of obstacles that come your way. You're going to have people that join other network marketing companies that you really wanted to join. It works. You are going to have customer service issues galore. You're going to hit road bumps. You're going to have people who you really felt like were really good friends of yours say some pretty mean things to you. Maybe they'll even make fun of you or make fun of what you're doing. And, you know, what it comes down to, the people who really succeed, they get to diamond, they get to double, they get to triple diamond, they get to presidential diamond, they get to ambassador. One thing in common with all of these people is that they have something called grit. Grit is when those hard things come your way. Yeah, you had 3 mock you. Grit is something that when you have something hard come your way, at whatever level it takes, you fight your way through it. You work through it. And sometimes I think we grow up as Americans very entitled. And it really does us an injustice when we are growing our businesses. And, you know, I really feel like it's important that we, if we don't have grit, that you find it, you get it, you grow it, and you apply it to your business. Because in any walk of life, no matter what you're going through, grit is something really important to hold on to and to have in your life. It's going to make you better. So, you know, this is a good example, but grit is when, my best example of grit is when you've got some sort of mountain you need to climb. And that could literally be a physical mountain. You get on that mountain and you make it to the top no matter what. You don't turn back. Even if you've got blisters, you go. Even if you're bleeding, you make it to the top because you're not going to stop until you get there. That's grit. Does that make sense? So I really feel like grit is something that you guys just need. And you've got to find it. If you feel like you don't have it, then you've got to grow the grit. Grow that grind in you. No one has ever been successful who does stuff on a flighty whim. You know, when you've decided that you're going to do something, you've got to put your foot down and say, I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm going to make this thing happen. What does that day-to-day look like? That means you're talking to people. When you're growing your It Works business, that means you are literally messaging 5 new people every single day saying, hey, I think you'd be great in this business. Would you be interested in learning more about it? I'd love to tell you about it. And it's not caring when you get the no's. It's you get those 5 no's that day and you're like, well, maybe I'll just message 5 more people today because I got 5 no's. So you message 5 more. Every time you get a no, you're that much closer to a yes. So as you grow your business, you've got to have that grit inside of you that says, no matter what, I am not going to give up. I'm going to make this thing happen no matter what comes my way. If I don't get my distributor's business builder kit in the time that I thought I should get it, oh well. I don't care. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to somehow find a way to work this thing out. Say for whatever reason, our eSuite crashes for 2 weeks. Okay. This happened actually at the very beginning. It didn't crash. They switched over the system to a completely new eSuite. So they shut everything down for like several days. That kept us from signing up distributors, loyal customers. Well, guess what we did? My sister and I, we were like, well, that's not going to stop us. You know, some people quit. They actually quit during that season. And I was a Ruby at the time. And I was working towards Diamond. The following month after eSuite opened, I went Diamond and then double Diamond. Could you imagine if I would have just thrown in the towel at Ruby because, you know, I had a little obstacle in my way? No. So what did my sister and I do? We printed out paper forms, and any time we got a loyal customer or distributor, we put down their name on paper, we got their information, and we just let them know. We said, hey, you guys, we're experiencing a little bit delay, so we're going to keep all your information, and we'll get it put into our system as soon as it's up and going. But you know, you've got to have ownership, and you've just got to have that fight in you that no matter what you're facing or whatever you're going through, you just push through it. No marathon runner made it to the end of the finish line quitting. You know, of course they experienced hardship during that marathon run, and it took them a lot of time and consistency and growth to make that marathon day happen. But that day that they actually ran that race, it's not like they didn't just, it was just easy. You know, they had to really face some hard stuff. So I just wanted to encourage you guys today that you need to find your grit. If you don't have grit, then you need to get it. And it's absolutely attainable. You can grow it every day. You grow it by pushing through when you don't want to do something. If you don't want to write 5 people, you push through and you write 5 people. If you don't want to find a loyal customer because you're feeling kind of lazy today, well, you push through and you go find that loyal customer today. It's all in your mind. And when you've got that willpower to push through, that grows your grit. And when you grow your grit, you can do anything you put your mind to. It's those people that survive in the ocean when they're lost out at sea. It's the grit in them that helps them survive. It's the person who, you know, climbs the mountain that makes it when the others didn't because of their grit. Does that make sense? So I hope that helps you guys today. And I just want to encourage you to, if you don't have grit, go grow it. If you've got grit, then you've got what it takes to make it to the top. Don't stop at anything. You just keep going. And